Hiba Zayadin. She's a researcher investigating human rights abuses in the United Arab Emirates as well as Qatar. Hiba, good to have you on the show. Now, I want to start off by asking you why you think that Qatar generally fails or has failed to investigate the deaths of so many people, and so many of these victims, often they're young and they're healthy.
Absolutely. So, over the last maybe 6 years, we have not seen any numbers, any real investigations into why young, healthy men working mostly in construction are dying in their beds overnight. Otherwise healthy men who have come in to, labor to build infrastructure related to the World Cup and otherwise. We released a report in 2017 looking at the heat-related risks involved in working in the heat and the humidity in Qatar. And as you've seen from the World Championships, the World Athletic Championships, you've seen elite runners unable to complete marathons in this same heat, at night with humidity factored in. So you can understand that it's a very difficult and extreme conditions that workers are having to work under, to labor for sometimes 6 to 7 days, 12 hours a day. And currently the laws in Qatar are quite rudimentary and are not enough to protect workers from this. So what we're calling on them is twofold. One, to enforce adequate regulations. Currently, Qatar only bans workers from working in extreme summer heat hours, for 3 months, June to August, at the hottest hours of the day. But what many of the recent medical research and the Guardian investigation has shown in our work previously is that the risks are still quite high, even outside of these hours. And so that's where we are today, looking, one, at enforcing these laws and also investigating. Yes.
I mean, you were mentioning those marathon runners, but lucky for them, they only have to run 2.5 hours. But with these migrant workers, like you said, it's 12 hours a day, day in and day out for years. All right, so many of these deaths are attributed to sort of, quote, natural causes. And they say, the state says, it's not work-related. So what happens to them? I mean, does their family get some sort of compensation after the deaths of these workers that actually are building these infrastructures, building these stadiums, building these roads?
So given that these deaths are categorized as non-work-related, families do not get any compensation, and most of the time these are workers who are the sole providers for their families back home. And the way that the law and autopsies works in Qatar now is that it doesn't investigate these types of deaths, even though saying that a cardiovascular fatality, heat stroke, or respiratory failure, that is not the actual cause. That is just how that person died. But to find out why that happened and whether heat was indeed a main cause. And that's what the recent medical study had found, that it is very much a likely cause of most of these cardiovascular fatalities.
All right, Hiba Zayadin, thank you very much for joining us here on the NewsHour. I do appreciate this update.